We are used to conceiving education in terms of acquisition of information, especially in our age of information. Students, young people, are accustomed to consider education in terms of the grasping and accumulation of material data that can be used to advance any given cause. This attitude feeds directly into the habit of understanding education in terms of build up for ideological ends. Each one of us will have a choice, an end, but those ends are provided by a marketplace of ideologies. Schools are supposed to provide the tools, the data that will then be used by all of us, by each and every one of us, to substantiate, to promote, to validate one ideology among others. The result is an ideological warfare, tribal warfare, that is mediated by what we call technology. Our center rejects this attitude entirely. What we are to focus upon is not mere data that is intrinsically devoid of value, but rather the constituents of the world as inherently filled with value. They have meaning. The notion that the constituents of the world have an inherent reason, an inherent meaning, is anathema for most schools today. This is a disgrace. Why? Because to understand the world as mere material that is out for grab is to feed into a colonial attitude, an intellectual, moral, and physical colonial attitude that cuts us off from the appreciation of what is beyond ourselves. The attitude feeds into narcissism. It feeds into violence. It caters to compulsions. We are used to now criticizing before trying to understand, speaking before listening, and our center is focused on listening, on waiting for the other that is for us a guide to speak to us. And if we don't understand something, we won't blame the author. We will make an extra effort to try to understand why he or she is telling us what is being said. If the author says something we don't understand, we make an effort. We ask ourselves, why is this author telling us this? What prevents me from understanding the author in a way that is making sense of it? Making sense of what is being said, and also that shows that the author is no fool. How is it that the text that I am reading makes sense? How can it make sense? This attitude that is based on a principle of charity as opposed to a principle of suspicion is and proves to be illuminating. We open ourselves to unexpected lessons. We risk this way exposing our certainties to questions that might subvert them, but so be it, in the interest of truth. For, as was said once, magis amica veritas, truth is a better friend than appearances.